Good afternoon. One of the things that people don't talk about with VanLife is the sketchy internet. But more importantly, what that sketchy internet does when you are a digital nomad and you have a bunch of stuff stored in the cloud and you are reliant on cloud services. That is something that I found out in a pretty hardcore way when trying to run my own business. So in today's video, I'm going to finally find a solution to navigating that problem. And that is with building myself a home lab. So what is a home lab and how the hell is it actually going to solve any sort of problem? Well, I want to break down why I'm building one, why it's important to me, and why it also may be important for other people who also maybe want to be digital nomads. So first is the problem. The problem is spotty internet access, which means that I have difficulty accessing all my files for my business. There's a lot of video, there's a lot of documents, there's a lot of all this other stuff, and it's all stored on Google, Dropbox, all that sort of stuff, which is very nice when you have a very constant internet connection. When you don't have a constant internet connection, accessing those files is very difficult, especially when they're large video files, and that's a problem. So what is the solution? The solution is to have storage that is not in the cloud, that is actually local to me. So the solution for me is to build myself a home lab. A home lab is a system for networking, home automation, smart lights, smart security, all this sort of stuff built around a network. But the main hub of a home lab for me is a NAS, which is network attached storage. That is a little computer which holds all of my files on my local network. So I'm going to read off my notes as to all the good things about having network attached storage and why it's so crucial for me and maybe other van lifers as well that want to be digital nomads. So first thing is network attached storage is off-grid capable. So you don't need internet access to access your own stuff, which, surprise, surprise, is wonderful. Everything is stored local, which gives you full control and constant access. This means that you have accessibility and you can access your files offline. So even if there's no internet, I can still access my files and do what I need to do with them. But this isn't just about work. One of the other benefits about having a network attached storage is being able to create your own media center. So when you don't have internet access, that means you don't have access to Hulu, Spotify, Paramount Plus, whatever the fuck. You are struggling for entertainment. So this isn't just about business, this is also about entertainment. Having local storage means that you can have all of your media files, your music, your movies, your TV shows, you can store them locally and access them locally without having to be connected to the grid, which would be great if you're in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains or the Smoky Mountains or a desert in Arizona. Being able to still watch movies at nighttime if you choose to without internet access is a good thing. But it's also good for productivity and security. Being able to have your data with you, accessible all times to you and away from other people is a good thing. It means that you are in control of your data and not some mega corporation, which, let's face it, is never really good. It also is cheaper, especially for me. The cloud storage that I was using, the monthly fee of it is actually quite a lot, and it is really expensive, and I'm trying to cut down my costs overall and be a bit more sensible with my money, and building this now is more money upfront but saves money long term. It means that I don't have to constantly be paying someone money every single month for the rest of my life just to hold some files. So again, there are many, many benefits of doing this. So that is my solution, is to start building my home lab with the central point of a network attached storage and then building around it long term. So let's talk about what equipment I'm buying and why I'm buying it. So I want to take you through what I got for mine and just my rationale behind it. So the first thing that I needed was this, the actual NAS. So NAS, for those of you who don't know, stands for Network Attached Storage. And this particular NAS is a tiny little thing, a Beelink ME Mini. And this is a very good price for it, $209. The reason why I got it is because it's super, super small. It also has space for 6 SSDs. The reason why I wanted SSDs is because they use less power. So the great thing about this Beelink NAS is that power is like 3 watts and the in-use power is like 10 watts. So it's super power efficient. It has this fan system at the top, which cools all the SSDs in one go. So it's super power efficient, super heat efficient as well. And the chip that it uses is super efficient as well. So I'm super excited about this. So yeah, so that is the Beelink ME Mini 6-slot SSD NAS. So when you have the NAS, then you actually have to have the disks to store stuff on. I went for these. This is the Crucial P3 2 terabyte. I went for 6 of these, which will give me a total of, I think, 10 terabytes of storage. I think it's 10 terabytes. But yeah, I got 6 of these SSDs because they were compatible. I didn't want to go all out for 4 terabytes because that is a lot of money and a lot of space that I don't really think that I need. So I got 6 of these 2 terabyte SSDs, which will do me. Then once you've got the NAS and the SSDs, you have to choose which software you want on it. The NAS that I bought doesn't have any software on it, so you have to choose what software. There's 2 main options that I was looking at. One is something called Unraid, which is paid software. I think it is $50. Yeah, $50. That's lifetime payment, and it has a lot of features. It has a lot of community support and stuff like that. So this is quite a popular software, has a lot of features, and is apparently very easy to use, which is why you pay for it. So that was what I was considering, but in the end, I went for the free option, which is something called TrueNAS. So this does pretty much the same thing, but is a bit more complicated. I'm happy to obviously learn stuff, and I've done stuff the hard way with this build in general. I'm happy to take the hard option, especially when it's cheaper. We'll see how it works. So this is TrueNAS. It has a lot of the same features as Unraid, but it is definitely less user-friendly, I believe. So you can just download this and put this onto the NAS itself. But again, this has a strong community and is very flexible and very feature-rich. So once you have your NAS, you have your hardware, you have your software, you're also going to be running all this through a router. Ultimately, if you want to connect to your NAS, the NAS has to go through the router. Usually it's best to hardwire it with an Ethernet cable. Most internet service providers will give you a router, but it's usually best to get your own router. I heard a lot of people talk about getting a travel router anyway, so if you go to hotel rooms or whatever, you can connect to your own little private network. So I wanted to invest in a travel router anyway, so that's what I got. I got this GLI Net Opal travel router. So what this does is that basically everything connects to this. Even your ISP router will connect to this, and it will give you your own little private network where you can have your own VPN on there, etc. So there's lots of benefits to having a travel router. So this is the one that I got. It has fairly fast speed for Wi-Fi, obviously direct access through Ethernet. The most important thing for me is it runs off USB. So this can technically directly run off my DC circuit, which is super important to me because A, it's more efficient, and B, it means that I don't have to put everything through my inverter. If my inverter fails, which it has done, then I won't be reliant on the inverter, on AC power. So that is the router that I decided to get. So once you have all of this stuff, then most people will want to store it on some sort of a rack. Having a server rack in a box truck is pretty ambitious, but I found something that is very cool, which is a mini server rack. So this is the GeekPi or the GeekPi DeskPi RackMate TT mini server cabinet. This is what they call a mini rack. So each rack space is 5-ish inches, and the whole height of the rack is 10 inches. So it is super small. It doesn't hold a whole bunch, but it can be expanded upon. You can put it on its side and put multiple ones together. So it's a lot more flexible. So this is the one that I purchased. And then finally, now that you have all of that, you want a power supply to run everything from. So this is pretty much the only one that is compatible with my 10-inch rack unit. It has 4 slots on it, and I plug this plug into my AC and the other stuff into these plugs here. Eventually, I would like to run everything off DC, but as of right now, this gives me some flexibility at least to have a lot of things on that. So that is basically all the equipment I have. Let's take a look at everything and put it all together. So this is the Beelink Mini. It's as small as it seems. It's super tiny. I kind of love it, to be honest with you. So it was pretty bare bones. It comes with the instruction manual with basically a little power plug, and that's pretty much it. The ins and outs of it are like an HDMI, Ethernet power plug, and there you have it. It's pretty simple. So the total size of it is probably like, I don't know, like 6 inches by 6 inches in total. I'm super happy with it. I kind of love it, to be honest with you. And then all you have to do is to put the SSDs in, you take the bottom bits out, the little feet, which reveal some screws. A little bit fiddly. And then you basically unscrew all of those 4 screws, take the top off, and it reveals the inside. And then one by one, you add each of the SSDs in. Unhook the screw, peel the thing off the chips, and then place them facing inwards, and then screw it back on. It was surprisingly simple and easy. I thought it was going to be way more difficult, but no, you basically screw in 6 SSDs and then put the lid back on the top. Pretty foolproof, even for me. And then put the screws back on. And then it's time to turn it on. Boop. Next is putting together the Desk Pi Rackmate TT. So this was a little bit more complicated. I kind of put it together a little bit wrong the first time, but I got there in the end. I mean, it's pretty much just like metal, as you can see, metal sort of corner brackets that you screw in. And then it comes with these acrylic see-through kind of sides to them. That was a little bit fiddly to get the plastic off. Basically, I completed the whole thing, got the acrylic things, and then realized that I actually had to undo part of it, of the frame, to put these acrylic things in. And it took a long time to actually get these acrylic bits off. Super fiddly. But yeah, you basically just slide these in. This is the vent sides to it. And then you've got just plain clear ones that you slide in so you can see through that. And then you just attach the final piece again. There you go. And screw it back on. And then you put the shelves in. Oh, you put the handles on the top. And then you put the little feet on the bottom to make sure it doesn't slide around. They screw in. And there it is. Pretty simple, pretty slender. It's super tiny, as you can see, especially when you see the NAS in it. It's pretty adorable. So this is draft 1 of the little home lab. So it's very, 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 very much a first draft. But just to give you a little bit of a breakdown as to what's going on here, we have my NAS, which is now connected. This has 10 gigabytes of storage SSDs for it. That is connected to my router. So this router, travel router, that is connected to the NAS, and it also is connected to the internet over here, but everything connects through the router itself. Then I have 2 backup hard drives, which will be connected to the NAS, so that will do periodic backups just to make sure that everything is safe. Then what we also have is we have the little Wi-Fi unit for the security cameras as well. And then up here, this is just a USB hub, and this is where my games console, my little retro games console, is going to be. So it's portable, and when I want to plug it into the projector, then all I have to do is plug in this cable into the games console, and that will pass through the HDMI over to the projector, and then I can see it on the screen. So that is it. That is version 1. This will definitely change, but for now it has it's mainly just for rigidity and making sure that everything is sort of kept in place, and any bumps or anything like that is not going to throw this everywhere. So this is now going to be secured in a little bit more with some L brackets here, just on the side, just to keep it secure. And these will be held in with like cable ties or straps, or even some Velcro that I've got that I can connect everything up to it. So yeah, that is version 1 of the little mini home lab. And this is literally like 10 inches tall. This is 5 inches wide, and I love the size of it. I don't want any bigger. I want everything crammed into a little box, and maybe I'll get like a little fan as well underneath to help rotate the air around. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this. I think this looks nice. So that was a nice little project. This now is in desperate need of cable management. My whole entire van now needs proper cable management, proper power supply, which I'll get to the back of this, a power supply system distribution as well, because this is not going to work. This is not good. And then the very last thing I almost forgot is the 10-inch power supply unit. So like I said, this is basically for the AC plugs. I'm going to neaten this up a lot more, but this is the power supply unit that I've got. So that is pretty much just the building of it so far. But yeah, I'm a total beginner at all of this. So this is just the genesis of the building the home lab. Let me know in the comments if you want me to dig into how I'm going to set it up, how I'm going to organize my files and my documents and software and all that sort of stuff. I'm super green about this, but it's super interesting to me. And especially as, you know, a digital nomad, which officially I guess I am now, you know, it's going to be really important and really useful for, you know, the way that I run my life and my business and my truck, and being a creator as well now as well. It's going to be the central hub of pretty much everything I do, because this channel for me is all about learning and this is definitely another part of learning and making. So yeah, hopefully you find that interesting too. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you as always, and for now I'm clocking out.